Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And this week I was thinking we could dive in and talk about legendary pictures, in particular the MonsterVerse series, as we prepare for Godzilla and Kong returning to the big screen this Friday. Super excited to see the big hairy ape back on the big screen. Big King Kong fan, and this guy right here. And I figured we could start off talking about Godzilla from 2014, the one that kicked off the entire MonsterVerse series, starring Bryan Cranston, Elizabeth Olsen, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Now, first off, this is 4K and Blu-ray. And this is the first time I've actually popped the 4K in and watched it. I picked this up a while ago, but again, haven't had the chance to dive in until now to really watch it. And I had heard some people have a lot of problems with how the color looks in this film. And I can understand some issues. Now, whether or not this one, I'm not really sure whether or not this is a fixed one or not. Because how I particularly see this film is that it's colorful when it has to be colorful. But when Godzilla and the Motu in particular are on screen, everything seems to go a little bit darker, a little bit grayer. And I don't know if that's the feel maybe they were going for with this one. Because again, I didn't see this in theater, so I can't really compare between the theater release and the 4K release, because I heard a lot of people who did see it in theaters said that it was a lot brighter and the images popped a lot more. But I can see that this one's almost like they want to give it that old-timey kind of feel, when that black and white Godzilla feel when he's on screen. So if that's what they're going for, it sort of works. I'm going to say it's not, I mean, honestly, it's not the best looking 4K that I've seen. It sounds really good, and there are scenes that look really good too. But I think that does kind of take me out just a little bit with that. Again, I can appreciate them going for a black and white feel, give it that old time look. But if that's what they were going for, I think it could have been taken. They could have done things a little bit differently. But overall, I still, like I said, it's not the best looking 4K that I've ever seen. But I still think it's a pretty darn looking good, good looking 4K. And like I said, this sounds fantastic, especially when Godzilla is letting out his roar. That definitely comes through big time on the TV. Now, spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen this film, it's almost 10 years old. Think about it. 2014 this came out, and it was 2024. 10 years already for this film. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it's been that long already. But spoilers ahead. So haven't seen it, stop the video, go watch the movie, come on back and finish the review. Ready? Okay. Bryan Cranston, top billing for this film. He was marketed as the top guy for this film. This is a film that's over 2 hours long. Bryan Cranston meets his untimely demise probably a good 35-40 minutes into the film. He does not last the entire film. This film is about Aaron Taylor Johnson, his son, who he's a military guy, married to Elizabeth Olsen. They have a son, and they're in San Francisco, but Aaron Taylor Johnson has to go bail his father, Bryan Cranston, out of jail in Japan, because earlier in the film, Bryan Cranston, works at this nuclear reactor plant in Japan. His wife is working there too. She dies, and Bryan Cranston knows that this was not an accident. Something made this happen. Something created this nuclear reaction to go off and destroy this entire plant, killing his wife. And he's there in Japan trying to uncover the secrets. And he gets arrested. That is how everything really starts off for Aaron Taylor Johnson's character. His character's name is Ford. He goes there to bail his father out, and everything just ensues from there. As the Motu are unleashed, Ken Watanabe is in this as well. He's a scientist, and he kind of can understand what is going on with the Motu, and in particular Godzilla. So once the Motu are unleashed, this one giant winged kaiju is off to the races. And again, we wind up finding out that there are actually two of these Motus later on in the film, and we have to call on Godzilla to protect the world and restore balance. But can Godzilla do that? That is the question. And that I will not spoil, but you have to watch the film. You have to find out, can the big reptile man himself save the world? Can he save Earth? Who knows? I mean, Godzilla, this is a character who's been portrayed as, a villain, as a hero, as, the anti-hero. He's been through it all, Godzilla. This poor guy just can't seem to catch a break. But I really like this one a lot. And again, it's one of those films that it seems to get better every time when I do see it. And like I said, it's that military-based, the action from the military when they're going after, they want to stop the Motus. Ken Watanabe's, character, as a doctor, as a scientist, he feels like Godzilla can be the one to restore balance and save everyone. So it's a little bit of a clash you find between, the scientists and the military at some points of the film. It's not, it's not crazy, but there is some, a little bit of conflict here and there between the two. And it's mostly it's a lot about Aaron Taylor Johnson's character trying to get back to San Francisco where his wife and son are at. And along the way, this guy goes through everything, going to Japan to save his father, to Hawaii, trying to get back to San Francisco. So he's all over the place, just trying to make it back to his family in between this big war between the Motu and Godzilla. But this one is definitely, it's worth checking out. It absolutely is worth checking out because this is the start of the MonsterVerse. This is how it all started. And like I said, this week, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this. We talked about this one. We're going to talk about Kong Skull Island, which I absolutely love. Godzilla, King of Monsters. And, Godzilla versus Kong, leading all up to the big one as the big boys return to the big screen this Friday. So, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I will catch you in another episode. Take care.